All right, everybody. We want to welcome y'all back to another episode of Guys Talk with EJ and Ryan. And today we're going to be talking about, has marriage lost its value? Me personally, I feel like us as a whole, we don't understand what marriage is, right? And for me, an example of what I thought marriage was, I just thought you get into a relationship, you find love, fall in love, and then all of a sudden after that, you get married. But it took maybe a couple years ago for me to really understand it. Like with marriage, you become one flesh. You become one flesh, and like the things that you value, the other person's supposed to value as well. So in today's society, we don't really understand it. And like I think that becomes the major issue of a lot of marriage is losing its value. So I want to get your opinion on what you feel like it is.
So with me, I look at marriage, or I looked at marriage as, like you said, one flesh, coming into something that's very special to you and your significant other. Y'all put in the time to get to know each other, to get to enjoy each other company, other than just company, just get to understand the value of your significant other. So I looked at marriage as not really going into it right away, like, oh, we've been together for X amount of months or weeks or years or whatever. Let's go ahead and do this thing because we've been together. No, that's not really what marriage is to me. It's more of like you understanding everything it is you need to know about your significant other, your values, uh, um, your likes, your dislikes, being able to agree and disagree and still have that same spark that y'all had whenever y'all started. I know people that was high school sweethearts, and they got married right after high school. I know people that was together for weeks and got married. I know people that was been married for years, or been not married, but been together for years and then got married. So I mean, it's whatever the people feel like, what they mindset is on it. See, it to me, if it was me, I would say maybe I would really take the time, well, however long it would be, I would take the time and really think to myself, okay, is she the one? Uh, is she giving me all of herself? Does she have anything to hide? Is she honest with me? Has she gotten over her past? It's a lot of factors for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna jump right into it without doing a research, and also making sure that I'm ready. I'm prepared for marriage. I'm like all the same stuff I'm looking at her, I look in for myself as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I feel like now that I know, like I said, and I don't want it to sound cliche on my part, but that's really what I thought marriage was. You get into a relationship, you love somebody, then you get married. That's just what I thought the thing to do was. So now that I know, you become one flesh, you become a representation of, yourself and that person. Plus, as a man, like, you're supposed to lead. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a natural leader when you get married. You know what I'm saying? Like women, you're supposed to submit to your husband. But on both sides, a marriage is formed, is formed out of love. You know what I'm saying? And that's God's gift to us. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that at first, but now I know. It's responsibilities that you have to have as a man and a woman. And today we don't value those responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, men, you're supposed to be leaders. You're supposed to love your woman, cherish your woman. You're supposed to respect her at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? Even the things that you may think is corny, you're supposed to love that about your woman, because a relationship is based out of love. Just like a woman, you're supposed to respect your husband.
Mhm.
You know, like you're supposed to you're supposed to acknowledge him. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to acknowledge his wisdom, just stuff like that. Like, and we lack that today. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that we lack is dating.
Mhm.
We lack dating nowadays. You know, we don't court women proper.
Mhm.
For the people that don't understand what courting a woman proper is, you know, you dating a woman, serious dating. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10 is no intercourse, no sex involved.
Mhm.
We don't do that. If it was steps like 1, 2, 3 to dating, we going straight to 3
Mhm.
today. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you'll be dating somebody, and let's just say you meet somebody, you run into a woman at the store. You know, the man is going, okay, after you see this woman, you go your separate way. You might go back to that store just to see if she there again.
Yeah.
She might not be there the second or third, but on that 4th time, you run into her again, and then you exchange names. You may get a date out of it.
Mhm.
So when you get that date, you might pull up, you get the address, you pull up to the end of the street by the mailbox, honk the horn, she come outside. You know what I'm saying? You open the door for them, y'all go wherever y'all gotta go. When you pull back up to drop her off, you pull right up at the same spot where you picked her up at. You drop her off, and she go up the steps. Nowadays, it's just you getting straight to it. You just getting straight to it. But like I said, like before you just stand at the driveway. It may be 3, 4 dates in before you can even make it to the doorstep.
Right.
It may be the 10th date until you make it inside. You know what I'm saying? It's nowadays it's not like that. We're going straight to the, step 3. Within the first week, we already making it into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So within that same month, you did everything that you could possibly do with this person, and now you bored.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, I think we lack the dating, in today's generation.
Oh yeah, that's a valid point, because it's been a lot of times where, like, I've talked to people and they'll be like, "Oh man, I'm talking to this girl," and me, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get the build up to it. Man, I talked to her, we went on a couple dates, I got to know this girl, I'm really vibing with, I feel her, you know what I'm saying? We 3, 4 dates in, I'm just getting the first get. Nah, I get, man, I hollered at this girl, man. She gave me a number. We went to eat. We ain't really eat. We left, went in the house, Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? That's not really getting to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because on both sides, I mean, it's more like y'all was looking for one thing. And, if you're trying to build with somebody, it's gonna take a lot more than just, going inside and, doing what you do. It's
all
gonna
about value.
Right, exactly. And don't get us wrong. We're not saying that men and women don't value themselves if they, have sex on the first date. But if you're looking for wife type, material, and like that type of stuff, is attractive to you, don't be so fast to try to get a woman or get a man in the bed. Get to know them, get to know what they like, what they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? What kind of goals they have in life, because y'all might be going in the same direction, but you would never know because you never got to know the other person. You know what I'm saying? So be patient. I mean, if it's for you, it's for you. Be patient. It'll all work out. Get to know them, date. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be 3, 4, 5 dates if y'all really vibing like that. If the chemistry is right, you will know within the first few dates, but just be patient.
What would you say is a common factor in marriages that causes, I guess I want to say that causes more problems in marriages or relationships?
They really don't know each other, because for me, I would say like that they really don't know each other because they didn't take the time to know somebody. And most of the time, like you won't know somebody until you move in with them. You know, some people they'll move in and then they'll wait, but like, dang, did I do this too fast because I really don't know this person?
Yeah.
You know, even with marriage, like, dang, did I jump into this too fast? So
Mhm.
I think for one, it would be understanding somebody or really getting to know somebody. Another thing is uh having goals for your life, whether it be alone or with a significant other. Because if y'all going in different directions, you're gonna know that you're going in different directions. And that could
Mhm.
cause issues, whether it be with money or with wanting to start a family. You know, somebody might one might want kids, the other one might not, and you will never know, until it come up, y'all already married, and you figure out that they don't want the same things you do. So then what?
Lack
You
of
you
communication.
exactly you stuck,
Right.
So I would say those two would be pretty big. And three, I probably would say probably the most important, what kind of relationship you have with God, or with, just even not just God, but like understanding what a marriage is in God's eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, I got her pregnant, let's get married. A shotgun marriage. That's what that's called for people that don't know. Shotgun marriage. You get a girl pregnant, oh, I got her pregnant, might as well get married. You know what
Sometimes the
I'm saying?
parents force that too.
Right, exactly. And that could be a bad thing too, because those parents might be feeding the kids something different than the other parents. One of them might be values, the other one might be, let's suck the life out of them. Let's get every dime we can out of them. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they will go to that extreme, but they might not have the right values as the other parents. You know what I'm saying? So
Sometimes parents would they stuck in parent mode.
right.
Even
Okay.
even when the kids are adults, they stuck in parent mode, trying to protect
Mm-hmm.
their children, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, or their child. So sometimes they don't do the necessary thing that's right.
Mm-hmm.
They just do what a parent is supposed to do, and that's protect, you know what
Protect.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I
So
feel that.
I can understand you on what you were saying with that too. It also said in the Bible, that a man is supposed to leave his mother and his father and find his wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to leave home. You're not supposed to let, no outside distractions,
Mm-hmm.
dictate your relationship, your
Mm-hmm.
marriage. And we allow outside influences to come in and distract us from the main purpose and the main goal.
Right.
But I can agree, God should come first in everything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can agree with you on that one.
What I got a question, and it's kind of a personal question. Uh, what what do you see in yourself that you think is a husband? And I'm gonna answer the same question.
For one, you got to believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
For one, because if you don't believe in God, like, then it's just gonna be things that you're not gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be tried, we're gonna be tested. And if you don't know why you're being tried or why you're being tested, you're not gonna know how to respond and how to handle it. So for one, being a believer in God first, that's the main thing for
Mm-hmm.
me. Because like in the Bible, it teaches you how to live life. It teaches you about, marriage. It's the manual to living life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the main and only thing for me. You know what I'm saying? That's the main and only thing for me. I'm not speaking for everybody
Right.
else,
Right.
but that has taught me the things that I know now. Plus you got, your heart has to be pure. You know what I'm saying? Your heart has to be pure. You can't, if you don't know who you are as a person, and you go and get into a marriage or relationship, you're not gonna know how to lead or to guide. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So knowing who you are as a person, to be able to get into a marriage, to be able to lead. Then when you have children, you know, your children are going to be looking up into you
Mhm.
to see, you know, how, you know, to determine what a marriage is.
Right.
Because like I said, kids, they look and they see
Mhm.
whatever the parents are doing, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna take what they see, what they learn, and they're gonna incorporate that in their life.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's those are the things that I stand on.
Do you see yourself as a husband or husband material?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, sir.
It's just like as people, you gotta build up to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Plus, you gotta see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's things that I seen in my parents' marriage, you know, that I know, okay, these are the things that you're supposed to do. On
Mhm.
top of me, you know, learning from other people, you know, reading in the Bible.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So unless you see it or you inquire about it and learn about it, you know, it's how could you do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you aren't married, you can still learn about it. You can still
Mhm.
see it, so you know what to do, what not to do, what work and what don't work.
Yeah. I see, like, I'm with you because I definitely watched, like, not just my parents, but some of my favorite people that I look up to. Like, I watch them and I watch them succeed in marriages. You know what I'm saying? Like, point in case in point, like my sister, they are very happy. They might not always agree, or but you would never know it because they are always happy. They are always showing love for one another. And it's not
Mhm.
just their love that they're uh exchanging, it's God's
Mhm.
love too. And
Exactly.
that's something that I'm not there yet. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not there yet, but I can admire what I've seen in them. You know what I'm saying? And like, I got a bunch of, aunts and uncles that it's their values are the same. Like, they are
Mhm.
one flesh. You know what I'm
It
saying?
give you hope.
Right. It's a beautiful thing to watch. You know what I'm saying? So, and going back to my parents, like, they couldn't be more different, but they are still, like, very much in love. And
Right.
that's what I enjoy. Like, they can joke on each other. You know what I'm saying? They can make each other mad, but it's not like to the point to where, they ready to call it quits, because they've been married all my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
35 and they've been married ever since I've been born. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's stuff like that I pay attention to, or I paid attention to growing up, because I was like,
Mhm.
I want that. I see how happy my mom is. I want to do that for somebody. I see how happy my sister is. I want to do that for
Exactly.
somebody. You know what I'm saying? It makes you, like you say, it makes you hopeful. It
Mhm.
makes you want to be that for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. And I try to make sure that I'm what they see, and the happiness, I should say, the happiness that they see in their, you know, husband and wife. I
Mhm.
want I want my woman to see that in me. You know what I'm saying? I want them to say, "Oh, my husband makes me happy.
Mhm.
My husband understands me. You know, my
So you
husband
know
give
what to
me
do.
right.
You
My
know what to
husband
do
give
because
me
you've seen it.
all right. Give me all the affection that I ever want and need.
Mhm.
He's never lacking in the stuff that I enjoy in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what I try to do. I try to make sure I listen. I listen to what my fiance has to say. I listen to what she has to say. And I try to understand, like, where she's coming from in some cases.
Right.
Some cases where I've had to help her through some struggles with her past, with her family. I listen and I talk to her. I try to calm her down, try to keep her as positive as possible. I try to give her the affection that she needs. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that she appreciates it and she glows from it. That's what I like to see. I like to see her smiling, because it lets me know that I'm doing the right things by her. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see in myself.
I want to talk about anger.
Okay.
Because you see a lot of anger, within a lot of marriages. A lot of people, like you said earlier, have separate agendas. You know what I'm saying? They have their own missions. And that, sometimes, when things are one-sided, that can lead to, one side being angry. And when that one side is angry, that can lead to the other side being angry. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of anger, fuels people. You know what I'm saying? In Ephesians 4:26, it says, it talks about anger, not letting, sin, not, anger, not, not letting sin, nurse your judgment. Like, so somebody may be angry and then just react. They'll go and do something that's, sinful, or something that's not right, out of anger. And a lot of people, a lot of us has been there before, and a lot of people still react, out of anger. But, you're not supposed to go to bed, man. You're supposed to, if you upset about something, you're supposed to get over it quick. The sun shouldn't set and you still be angry, but we don't know that. We don't practice stuff like that. We just, when we get angry, some of us hold on to it. We don't know how to let go. We wasn't taught how to let it go. So, that also causes a lot of problems in relationships, is anger.
Yeah, I can attest to that, because in the beginning of mine, we used to argue like we was married for 10, 20 years. But I didn't understand like why this was going on. So of course we would go back and forth, and like nothing would get resolved until I started listening and understanding, like, okay, we talk, and we argue and nothing gets resolved. But then I started really paying attention to what was going on. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I got you. And with that, it didn't happen overnight. It was a process. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to help her understand, okay, look, if we're gonna make it, you have to let me know what's really going on with you. Because you know me, I'm not the one for confrontation. So I'm gonna look at you crazy and be like, why are you arguing, or why are we arguing so hard? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna go to bed mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm not going to bed mad. So I really had to sit back and like, okay, I get it now. And I told her, I said, okay, it's two things I'm not gonna tolerate. We can argue, but we are not finna be in each other's face like where we in a shouting match. And the most important thing, if we argue, you better not leave this house, because something can happen to you or to me, and the last thing we would have said to each other could be something that we can't take back. So I say, you can go in the other room, I'll go in the other room, we'll cool off, we'll come back to it or not, but you are not leaving. You are not leaving this house if we argue.
Me, I can't agree with that, because I like to go off and cool off. I don't like to be in the same, the same place as, we arguing. And sometimes,
and I get that.
And like, but I'm not saying that that's right. That's just something that, makes me feel better.
Right.
But I know on the outside looking in, for the people who don't agree with that, I can understand them too, because, anything if you upset and you leave, and if you are mad and leaving, man, it's no telling what, what could happen. It's no telling what you might do.
Mhm.
But for me, if I leave, I'll be upset, but I'm not gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? If you understand, like, yeah, I want to get away from the situation so I can just, relax and calm down. I'm not gonna leave and just be furious
Right.
while I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, like, arguing is suffocating to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And when I say leave, like don't leave.
No, I know
like
what you mean.
it's more like she can go outside. She can go sit in the car, but don't drive off. Because
some people need that though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm just saying for the people that's like that.
yeah,
Some people need that, but some people also, like we said earlier, some people let anger cloud their judgment.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? But some people don't. So I can understand both sides. Like, hey,
Right.
you shouldn't leave if you're angry or upset. I can agree with that. But it's also going to be some people like, hey, I got to get away from the situation
mhm.
because it can't do nothing but continue to escalate. You know what I'm saying? So I understand both sides. I'm not saying either is right or wrong. I'm just saying what's best for me.
Right. No, I got you.
Yeah. So I mean,
And like I say, like when I told her that, it was coming from it wasn't coming from where like I couldn't understand why she was leaving. It was more of me wanting to protect both of us, as to I didn't want anything to happen to either one of us if we left. You know,
mhm.
I would rather you be pissed off at me in the house where I know you're gonna be safe than to be pissed off at me on the road or
Nah, I get it though.
something
I
like
get it.
that. So that's just coming from me, you know.
But the best way to handle that is if you know somebody likes to leave,
Mhm.
then if you don't want somebody to leave, then I feel like that person should be like, hey, I get it. The moment is hot right now. I would like for you not to leave. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I'll give you your space. We could talk about it later,
Mhm.
but I would like for you not to leave. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that. Now, I'm not saying that person will still stay, but
Right.
at the end of the day, you still supposed to respect somebody else's mind and how they
Right.
feel. You still supposed to respect it.
Yeah.
Even the person that wants to leave, you got to respect it. But at the end of the day, you should come to some kind of mutual agreement.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Before leaving or or staying. I
Mhm.
just feel like that it just because that, by you, explaining your concern, that might help that person calm down at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Instead of just saying, hey, you better not leave
Yeah.
or this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that still sounds like threats. Hey, you better
Yeah.
not leave.
Yeah.
And for the person that don't have the right mindset, that's a threat. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
and some people don't know how to take it. But like you were saying earlier, like sometimes you got to think, you know what I'm saying, before you react.
Mhm.
And a lot of us don't think. We just react.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely a thinker. I try
Mhm.
to process everything from where the argument started to whether even if I feel like I'm right, would it be conducive to me to just
Mhm.
argue it out or just apologize even though I feel like I'm right? Should I just say it? I apologize anyway. Sometimes just, it could be just something small like that, be like, I apologize. And the situation will be handled. I mean, it might come back up
Right.
again later, but at that time, it could stop the argument just to be like, I apologize.
Right. Yeah. I noticed one thing, like now is the statistics like of the divorces, right?
Mhm.
Out of 1,000 people that get married,
Mhm.
you have 150 divorces out of those 1,000 people. 150 divorces out of those every 1,000 people that get married. That's, I mean,
Did it say
it's
like
so
why what was the reasons for the divorce? It just
no, but in the ages are late 20s,
Mhm.
early to late 30s.
Mm.
So just think about it. I would think that the average couple that get married would be 25 and up.
Mhm.
That's just me. So on average, you spending at least, between 3 to 6 years married before people getting divorced.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that
And
is
that comes from not getting to know somebody. That's you
that.
jumping into it, thinking, oh man, I gotta put a ring on this one. But
Yep.
it could be, and it could be a terrible thing because you really don't. I mean, not saying that it take that long to really, get to know somebody, but like some problems might come up that never came up before,
Mhm.
and you would never know how to react to it. You know what I'm saying? So stuff, just it could be small stuff that turned into big, huge
Mhm.
things that could make somebody be like, you know what, I can't do it. I got a question for you, like, cause it's it's a lot of divorces that come to an agreement, that they should go they separate ways or whatever.
You think so? I mean,
I don't,
it has to.
it's not a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's not a lot of people that can come to that. But I would say it do have those select few where it is the right thing to do because they're not. At first they thought, okay, this is what it is. This is where I need to be. This is where I want to be. And down the road, it could be something else. And I've seen it to where it was like that, to where they've been together for 10 plus years, 20 plus years. And they just grew apart and they just
But
said,
but you know what? You know the thing that I don't understand is how do you grow apart from somebody? I know it's like I hear it all the time, right? If you was married to somebody for 20 years, how do you grow apart? Because you can't just start having problems, within 15, like at the 15-year mark. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, how do you grow apart? You can't. That's cliche to me because if you get married, you in my mind, and I'm speaking to myself, you know why you getting married to this person. That's just in my mind. I'm not saying that it goes like that all the time. In my mind, when you decide to get married, you know what you're getting yourself into. So then you married for 15, 20 plus years and you grow apart from some. I feel like you too old. You can't, like, how are you gonna live your life? I'm just being logical. How are you gonna live your life after being married for 20 years? You're gonna start over now. We just at church, we talked about when Peter, he was a fisherman. And he, when he dipped his nets into the water and brought them back up, it was no fish. Until Jesus told him to dip his net again. And on faith, he dipped his net. And he had abundance of fish. But it was only on faith that he dipped his net back into the water. And he had so many fish that, the nets was cracking. You know what I'm saying? So like when somebody says we grew apart, my thing is, did you dig deep enough to save it? Not just on your agenda, not just on what you believe, but on the vows that you said when you got married, through sickness and health, till death do us part. A lot of people, when you look at, through sickness and health, it don't always mean that you just sick. You could be mentally sick. And some people just get to a point, I can't do it no more. Like some people may go through real bad anxiety or depression. That's, to me, that's a form of sickness.
Because it is.
And some people will be like, I just can't deal with it. But at the end of the day, look at what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? You got to revert back to your vows in a marriage. And some people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. So when you grow apart, what happened to the vows? You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, you're supposed to work your marriage out through God, not other people. How many times do we run to other people when we have issues instead of the person that we have them with, or God? We run to other people. So growing apart from somebody, I don't believe in growing apart from somebody. Either you never grew with each other, or you just giving up. It's only those two things. You don't grow apart. Either you never grew with each other to begin with, or you just giving up. I don't believe in growing apart. That's just my
Right. Yeah.
opinion.
No, I get it.
But some divorces are forced. It's some that don't want to get divorced, but they're forced to sign. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're forced to sign. Okay, well, it's nothing that I could do with this person, so I might as well sign. It's people that's like that. Some people want to work and fix on it, but like I said, one person may be tired, don't want to.
Yeah.
They may be suffering from something that they just can't get over. And they just, hey, no, I don't want to do it anymore. And that person is just forced to sign. It's people that go through it.
Yeah, it's rough when you really don't know, like, the other person, or you willing to give up just like that. It could be very difficult, and like trying to come back from that, it could be impossible.
These are the things that we don't know. It's a lot of people who are misled and misguided who get married and don't understand what it is to be married. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to respect each other. You're supposed to love each other. A marriage is based on love. It's not based on what you could do for me or what I could do for you. It's based on the love that you have for each other. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to believe in God. You know what I'm saying? If God is not in your marriage, it's not going to work. It don't matter what you do. If God is not at the front of your marriage, it's not going to work. You're going to consistently have problems. You will have good days. Don't get me wrong. You will have good days as well, but you're going to have more bad days than the good days. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it in people, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen people get it together once they put God first. So like, I know it's real. I know it exists, but everybody don't have that knowledge.
Yeah. That's all I got, brother. Anything you want to add?
I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think people, like, how often do you feel like people get bored in a marriage? And I'm gonna say this. Back in the days, right? And I'm referring to men and how some men possibly think. Back in the days, they had Blockbuster. You know Blockbuster.
I was there.
So coming up, let's just say it's a weekend, right? You go and your parents, hey, I'm gonna bring you to Blockbuster. Blockbuster, for the people who don't know, it's a video game store and they have movies. So you go to Blockbuster, you get a video game. It's Friday night. You get that video game, you stay up all night, you play it, you beat it. You don't want to play it no more, right? So that Saturday, you may bring a friend over, y'all play it. It's boring. It's, hey, we did everything we got to do. Whatever. Sunday, you take it back. You go do it all over again on the weekend, right? Now they have to where you can play online now. We didn't have that. It was starting to get popular now. So if you look at a game like, just take a game, any game that then came out. Now you could play online with friends, right? It could be the same game, but that connection that you have by playing online, by playing with your friends, it's the same game. You do the same things over and over and over, but you don't get tired of it because the connection that you have. So like now, like, connections come with commitment, right? Nowadays, we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And the commitment that we have is short term because the connection don't last.
I was gonna say I would say, like, the reason some people get bored with marriages, and I'm gonna speak for the men because of course I'm a man. I would say it's eye candy. And what I mean by that is, like, it's a lot of different temptations to where somebody might like, dang, my girlfriend, my wife, she don't doll herself up like she used to. She don't put in the effort like she used to. She didn't got comfortable. So that's not really, appeasing me anymore.
Lacking value.
So,
like
right,
the topic,
exactly,
lacking
right.
value.
So,
Okay.
So
okay.
so they might get online, or they might like go to a club or go to a bar, whatever the case may be, and then they'll see something that catch their eye. I'm like, dang, that show is nice over there. Let me go see what that game is about. You know what I'm saying? Or, or in the home, he might just get bored of himself. Like, man, I just don't feel like doing nothing. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to take care of myself. And he not seeing that his woman sees that, and she might be thinking the same thing. Like, man, he don't keep up with himself. You know what I'm saying? Let me go out and see, let me just go see some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you're gonna play the game, but let me go see what kind of man is out there.
So you speaking on how other people may be thinking.
Right.
Okay.
And like I say, this could be because I'm speaking for the men that might see that their woman not up to the standards that they used to. You know what I'm saying? So they might go looking outside of their marriage, not to have sex or to mess around, but like you said earlier, it could be they just going outside of the marriage, not keeping it in house or whatever. He might be too scared to be like, hey, why you not putting makeup on anymore? Why you not, dialing yourself up? And she might come back with, well, you don't take me nowhere, or we don't do nothing anyway. So what's the point? So I can see where men might want to do that, but you got to talk to your woman to see why she's not doing some of the stuff that she used to do. You know what I'm saying? If she stopped getting dialed up, she might be thinking, well, we don't go on dates no more. So what's the point of me putting a dress on or putting makeup on? So you got to keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it interesting for some people. Some people might be homebodies, which is okay.
Yeah.
But you got to have some kind of entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's more of our fault as men, honestly.
Right. I know. I agree.
And no, but what you're saying is I can agree with that. Because like I said earlier, we supposed to be the leaders, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we don't understand that we play a big part in it. Mm-hmm. Like she may not do the things that she did to get you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we got to remind them. We got to remind them of how they got us.
Right.
Sometimes even though sometimes they may be a homebody and just have that home look on them all the time, mm-hmm. or they have that, lack of I don't care, or, oh, well, I ain't got nothing going on. Sometimes we still got to turn them up anyway.
Yeah.
We lack that, and we lack that understanding. Just because you're around the house don't mean you can't, acknowledge her that she might not be looking good at the same time, but you can still acknowledge her but we lack that understanding because we so focused on what's not happening and what's not going on. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as them too. Like we want to, we want to know that, hey, we look good too, even if we ain't at our best. Mm-hmm. That still does something for us too. But it's all about in how you say it. You know what I'm saying? You could be cliche and say it, and it's just gonna be like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you put effort into the things that you say to your woman or to your man, like that can change the outlook of, what they may be thinking. Dang, you know what? He showing me attention. Maybe I do need to start doing this. Or she's showing me attention. Maybe I do need to start, doing this or taking better care of myself. Yeah. It's like I said, it's a lack of understanding on both sides, but it relies on us the most because we're the men. You know what I'm saying? So what you said is usually what happens and what goes on, but
Mhm.
us men, we lack that understanding.
We gotta get out of that, and we gotta
Yep. But
look into ourselves. You know what I'm
just
saying?
as much as we have to have that understanding, they have to have it too, because sometimes like women gotta build up a man too. Sometimes we may be in work mode all the time.
Mhm.
We may forget. So sometimes it's up to them too to build us up, just as much as it is for us to build them up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I can agree with that, man. I just feel like, to help, with marriages have more value, we need to have more understanding. We need to have more people as leaders. You know what I'm saying? We need more positive influence to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to increase the value of marriage. Like being married back then was the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You getting married, that was life. That was living back then. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like you get people walk up to you. Oh, you married? Don't get married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm married and I'm the only reason why I'm not getting divorced because it's cheaper to keep it, right? That's what how many times I heard that, and it's just like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's just negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Getting married is supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be a whole new life. And now that it is where it is now, people don't even want to get married. You got kids looking up to their parents. I don't even want to be in a relationship. If I seen my parents go through this, I don't want to be in a relationship. That's sad. We have nothing to look at. You know what I'm saying? Nothing positive to look at. You got a few, but we don't have grandfathers and grandmothers no more that's gonna instill that knowledge in you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have it. So who can we look up to? That's the issue. We have nobody to look up to. And until we get that, like it's gonna continue to be the way it is, if not getting worse. So yeah, we need more leaders and more men of understanding. Because if the men get right, the women are gonna follow and they're gonna get right. But it's up to us as men.
Oh yeah. Good
But
conversation,
man,
sir.
yeah, man.
Good conversation.
Also, not to hold everybody up, but man, we've been gaining some subscribers. Videos been going up. I want to appreciate everybody who taking the time to come and check us out.
Yeah.
You know, we try to keep the videos at a minimum so it could be enjoyable to watch. But at the end of the day, we just want y'all to leave a comment. Please leave, if you watch our videos, please leave comments. You know, tell us how we doing. You know, if you can relate, let us know how you can relate. If you can't relate and we can, you know, explain things better, let us know in our comments. Share the video. We post our video. We post our videos on Facebook. You know, all our Facebook friends just share our videos. The more you share them, like and subscribe, the more our stuff get out there for other people to watch.
Yep.
So I want to thank y'all for being, fans of the Guys Talking God Talk.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it so much. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we will see y'all next time.
Peace.
Y'all be cool.